What's up, Brozones? Welcome to the Ozone and welcome to another Gravity Falls video. Today, we are going through Book of Bill once again. I'm going to do a little bit of code breaking today, and I am completely aware that today we are not going to get through every single code in this book. Absolutely not. I don't even know if we're going to be able to solve more than like 2 ciphers. But the aim here today is just to do a little bit more of a deeper dive into what's really going on in Book of Bill. I know we've touched it on a surface level and we've understood a lot of the cool references and funny like puns and stuff, but on a deeper level we haven't really gone, we haven't gone that deep. So we are going to be looking deeper today. But before we do all of that, we have the Book of Bill in our hands right here. Doesn't it look amazing? The thing I didn't realize about it is like I'm feeling it and it's like it feels grainy. Like it's textured. The cover is textured and you've got a reflective bill there. You can see my window. Hey, that's where all my light comes from, my natural light. Yeah, this is amazing. This is so cool. And it's actually just really nice to have in my hand now. It's kind of the right, it's the size that I thought it would be, to be honest. And it's quite a nice little size. Like, let's look at some of the pages, because we can do that now, because we've gone through the whole book. Like this page, it's like, I don't know, it just feels right. Like it's the same size as my head, basically. Like you could fit my whole head. Yeah. Anyway. Let's forget about that. So, now that we have the book, what can we do? Well, first of all, there's some really cool parts to this which I need to show off. But secondly, we will be able to kind of zoom in a little bit more because the PDF that I had that I was using before, and we will be still using, of course, for reference so that you can see everything that's going on. That PDF, there's some lighting issues and there's some, like, bad photos. There's some finger covering of some of the codes, and so like it's not the greatest. It's definitely not like movie standard like pictures, but the thing that we can do now that I have the actual book is I can go ahead and see for myself. I can magnify and I can go in and see the codes myself, so that's going to be really nice. That's going to be really cool. I have here a magnifying glass ball. Hey, that's my eye. Someone's going to take a screenshot of that. Whoa, you can see inside my pupil. That's quite cool. There's my whole face. Hey, hello. But we're going to be using this to zoom in on the book. So that's going to be fun. So I guess let's just get to the physical book straight away. So this book is really lovely. But it is hardback, and I love hardback books. They are the best. They are the absolute best. There is what do you call it? Like a cover for it. And so, we're going to take this cover off. There's some extra writing here as well on the cover. And oh my god. That is so sick, man. I'm gonna stick that on my wall or something. Isn't that just such a cool addition to the book? It just makes it all a lot better. I really like that. I remember this from the show. I remember I think it was Dipper that unfolded it. He started like here. So it was like a normal human, and then it started to unfold and you could see the nightmare on the mindscape with Bill Cipher. It's really, really sick. So I love that. And then there's also a little bit of writing from, I assume, Alex Hirsch. So I'm going to read it for you right now. It says, "Did you miss him? Admit it, you missed him. The demon that terrorized Gravity Falls is back from the great beyond to finally tell his side of the story in The Book of Bill, written by none other than Bill Cipher himself. Inside, Bill sheds light on his bizarre origins, his sinister effects on human history, the Pines family's most embarrassing secrets, and the key to overthrowing the world laid out in a handy step-by-step guide. This chaotic and beautifully illustrated tome contains baffling riddles, uncrackable ciphers, lost journal 3 pages, ways to cheat death, the meaning of life, and a whole chapter on silly straws. That is true, and I am dreading going back to that silly straws page, but we'll get there. Most importantly, the Book of Bill is deeply, deeply cursed. Alex Hirsch, #1 New York Times bestselling author, resuscitates this infamous villain and invites fans to a Bill's eye view of the Gravity Falls universe. There are many who believe this book is too dangerous for human hands, but if you can't resist, beware. Once you make a deal with Bill, it's not so easily undone. That is a great introduction to the book, and a great synopsis of the book, to be honest. We also didn't really read the blurb. Wow. So we have Weird Al Yankovic. So here we go. That's what it said. Oh, I could read it off of this, like this. Weird Al Yankovic, who voiced Probabilitor, I think it was, in the show. I think it was. It might have been someone else. I don't know. I think it was him. And then Guillermo del Toro. Wasn't there a joke in the book that's like Guillermo del Torso. There's that in the book. He's like a movie director, I think. I found this arcane volume in a musty aisle at the most accursed of libraries. I've been told, actually, that when they were putting displays up for Book of Bill, they made it so that like it was infecting other books, which I think is a really cool detail. I know that Alex Hirsch was definitely like really going with that, like making Disney do that. And we also have Charlie Day. I hate to disagree with Guillermo and Normal Al, but I love this thing. Great. Cool. So that's that. Oh wait, no, there's a little bit more. Interesting choice of picture for Alex Hirsch right there. Obviously, the Film Theorist, we watched the Film Theorist video, and they said that Alex Hirsch was Bill Cipher, so maybe this is like confirmation of that. I mean, it's so meta. I don't really care about the theory, but yeah, there you go. Hi friends, I'm Alex Hirsch. Let me show this to you. Hi friends, I'm Alex Hirsch, creator of Gravity Town. Creator of Gravity Town. I definitely not possessed by a demon right now. I'm using my normal human hands to write a message in stupid human letters commanding you to buy the Book of Bill immediately. This book contains this never before revealed true story of Bill Cipher, his most cryptic riddles, darkest deals, and great advice for what to do with your pathetic life. And it's written by the greatest writer of all time, Bill Cipher, Alex Hirsch. A human, a regular man made out of meat and goo. Alex isn't dead. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. I'm fine. He's fine. Help me. There you go. That's the level of sanity that we're dealing with right now. Yeah, I love that. A jacket. That's what it's called. This is called a jacket. So, without the jacket, it still looks amazing. I mean, it just feels... Oh, and it's got that new book smell. Oh, I love it. Oh. No, don't take that out of context. I love it. I love it. I love it. Apologies. I'm going to keep the jacket on because I just don't want to ruin this book at all. Like, if I had 2 versions of this book, I would draw all over one of the versions. But I always want to keep a version that's just like the most clean version you could ever, like still store-bought, factory new. So I'm keeping the dust jacket on. There we go. So that's my little review of the actual physical book. Let's get down to some code breaking. Woo! Now the thing about Book of Bill is there are tons of codes in this. Like, is this a code down here? There's a code down here. There's probably codes that I've missed and we're only 2 pages in. So like, I really want to dive in and do a really deep view of everything. Like, I want to literally go to every page, look at it for 10 minutes and then move on. And I think that's probably going to be something that we're going to be doing in some live streams. So I'm not going to decode everything today, and I'm certainly going to need some help after today. Definitely. And that doesn't mean tell me all the secrets. That doesn't mean give me some clues that you think are vague enough. That means I will ask some questions and you will answer. And that is it. Unfortunately, I've seen a few small spoilers on things that are going to be prevalent in this, and I may as well be transparent. One of the big things is the mug stains. I pointed out the mug stains, and for some reason everybody in the comments and in my premieres are just like, mug stains, mug stains, oh my god, the mug stains, I hate the mug stains. Yeah, guys, you are giving me a clue. You are giving me a clue that it is a cipher. So the mug stains, I mean, it sounds quite cool. It sounds like it's going to be tricky to decode, but there's got to be something to do with the mug stains. And then there was also something else that was spoiled for me. What was it? Oh yeah, the other thing was to do with the website. So apparently I've got to put in some codes multiple times. Guys, I don't want these clues. I don't know how many times I have to say, and I'm sorry for being angry zone here. I don't know how many times I have to frickin' say it. I don't want any clues. Just tell me in the comments that the video is good. Just tell me in the comments what you liked about the video. Don't tell me things that I don't freaking know. I don't care. No, it's all fine. I understand. And there's never been a series like this. I haven't seen one on YouTube anyway. So this is a one-of-a-kind experience, and people, don't know the extent of spoilers and stuff. I want to solve everything by myself. That was my aim. Like, if I could have, I would have recorded every Gravity Falls video I could have ever made. I would have made it all and then uploaded it all so that I wouldn't get the spoilers. But obviously that's not realistic. So let's begin. And the first thing I want to begin with is possibly the easiest thing, I think. Actually, there's two things that I think are quite easy. One of them is the Bros secret code, which we're going to go to in a minute. But the other thing is 100% there is something with this memory, or not memory, dream that Stanford had. Where was it? Here. Dream or warning. So I don't want to read every page all over again, but I think it's going to be quite good to read this again. My heart pounds in my chest, the hair down the end, dream, clean day, whistling some 1960s radio. From the darkness of the forest, a horde of lost souls from throughout history lurched toward me, black liquid oozing from their mouths, saying, "I grow maddened." So this is really dark, right? This is what's happening. Historical figures coming out of the ground or whatever, saying, "I grow maddened." It's clear that this is a warning, right? Dream or warning. Here we go. It's clearly a warning, right? Because what we've already seen in this book so far is Bill going through history, going through the pharaohs and whoever the frick this guy is. We've seen him going through history, and we've seen him getting people to try to build him a portal, essentially. But they've all seen like the deepest, darkest parts of Bill, and so they haven't been able to do it. And so this, I feel like, is a warning. I'm really bad at anagrams, and I can't think off the top of my head what this would be. So what I might do is open Photoshop. Guys, I have no idea why nothing is working today. First of all, my screen wasn't picking up the book at all. So that's happened. And then secondly, I tried to record to say, my screen hasn't worked. And then I tried to do some Photoshop stuff to solve this anagram. And then it wasn't freaking recording the entire time. I don't know what's going on today, but hopefully we should be good now. We should be good. Okay, so what I've done is I'm saying there should be a way to solve this that's like what I don't want to do is I don't want to go onto an online anagram solver and solve it just like that. I want to solve it manually. I want to do it myself. And I said that ER is a really good ending, right? But then I realized EN is also a good ending. ED is even a good ending. And so I don't know which one it's going to be. This is really hard. The thing is, let's also like give ourselves all of these vowels. Like, how many vowels do we have? We have an I, we have an O, we have an A. Oops, I kind of chopped up that D, but whatever. And we have 2 E's. So in theory, we could have 2 E's together, but we could also have an EA, we could have an IE, an EI, an IA, an IO, or an OI. So, or an OA. Or like AO if you want to say bow, like bow bun. I don't really know how to approach this the best way, other than let's just separate all the letters and put them in weird orders until maybe I see something. Let's put a W. Oh, that looks good. There's probably nothing, but Mewer. Mewer. Boys, I think I solved it. I think it's Mewer. N and D. I can already tell that Book of Bill is a lot harder than, you know, everything else we've had in the series up until now. I definitely feel a lot more pressure to solve. I don't know if I can solve this. I know I can. I just need to just like sit here and think for maybe like an hour. I'm suspicious. I have found the word wonder. Like wonderful, like wonder. It's not gonna be anything though. I feel like, can we make ing? Oh my god, we can make ing. We can make, like, the thing is, these letters are insane. Like, there's no strange letters at all other than W and G. That's why I think it has to begin with a W or G, because everything else is normal. But I like, even that, I don't know. Like, I've got wing here. Wing. Wing. Winger made odd. There we go. Solved it. Winger made odd. Odd winger made? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't do it. Oh, this is actually frustrating me. Okay. I'm really stuck on this, actually. I'm wondering, dream or warning? I'm going to solve this. I'm going to. Is there something here? Dead by eye drops? Why is that there? I grow maddened. The answer eludes me. The weather is cleared again and conditions are nearly perfect for the big day. F has invited me for dinner. I don't know. I don't know. Like, what are they warning him about? Demon War? Did Edge? Demon... I don't get it. I'm going to cry. I can't do what I said was going to be probably one of the easy ones. This is a very long anagram, to be fair. What is it? 13 letters? 13 letter anagram. I don't know about this. I don't know. And the worst part about this is I don't know if it's going to be, like, I don't know if it's going to be a series of words or if it's going to be one word. But I don't know many 13 letter words, to be honest. 13 letter word. What could they be warning him about? Like, what is this? Because this is a warning. What could they be warning him about? Bill Cipher. Weirdmageddon. It's Weirdmageddon, isn't it? have I been dumb this whole time? Let's spell it out. I think it's Weirdmageddon. W. I've chopped up that D like nobody's business. W-E-I. That N is gone too. This is going to be the weirdest Weirdmageddon you've ever seen, but it's because I didn't format this very well in Photoshop. Yeah, it's Weirdmageddon. Oh my god. I'm stupid. Okay, weird. I probably could have got that way quicker if I just thought about like what the actual puzzle is about. Weird mag, and then E, and then 2 Ds. Weird. I actually thought there were 2 Gs in Weirdmageddon, but there's 2 Ds. Maybe I'm just misremembering. But there you go. Weirdmageddon. So there's our O. There's our N. Oh my god. How relieving. I've been recording for like half an hour. Weirdmageddon. Okay. So yeah, that actually makes a lot of logical sense. So basically all of the historical figures are coming up from their graves or whatever, and they're saying Weirdmageddon, Weirdmageddon. They're warning him about Weirdmageddon because of recent events with Bill, which, oh yeah, the muse returns, and then he's like, you need to get back to work, and Fiddlefoot is being an a-hole. And then I was so wrong about everything. I've shut down the portal. So after this dream, he has grown maddened, quite literally. I really like that. I grow maddened. The fact that all of these are anagrams for Weirdmageddon, absolutely mind-blowing. I didn't realize there are so many anagrams for that. It's really cool. So there you go. That's that. That's the first thing done. First thing done that I wanted to do. And there was a part as well later on which said weird, I grow maddened. Here we go. Pros, I have no one else. Well, that settles it. It's time to come face to face with a face I haven't seen in 10 years. My own face, which is my brother's face. God, I miss sleep. Weirdmageddon. Yeah. Okay. So should I contact S? Yeah. So yeah, he's debating whether he contacts Stan. Obviously, he does eventually contact Stan, and Weirdmageddon is on the horizon because of that. Yeah. Very cool. Okay. I love that. Now, the next thing that I want to do is just up here. Bro's secret code. So, notice a few things about Bro's secret code. First of all, X, and there's an asterisk here, there's a $sign, there's a question mark, there is an ampersand, and there is an octothorpe, there's a % symbol. All of these are things that you can type on a keyboard. They're special characters. So if we see any phrases or anything, or like any ciphertext with those kinds of, that kind of language, then that is so weird. I just opened the book to a random page and it opened to the right page. That is so weird. But yeah, if we see anything with that sort of text, then we can easily solve it by going here. What I am actually going to do is I'm going to keep the page open. Oh, cool. I'm going to keep the page open on my end with Bro's secret code so that I don't need to take like a screenshot. I don't need to draw it out or something. I'm just going to have it to reference right here. And then we're going to we're going to go through the book and see if we can find any Bro's secret code and just kind of translate it. And I think that will be a lot of fun. I might even mark up my PDF, although I don't know if I want to do that because remember what happened last time. Although I do have a new laptop. Maybe I'll put some text in here. I'll put some notes. Okay, let's go right to the beginning and let's have a look for Bro's secret code. Okay, so weirdly, I've gone through 90% of the book already, and the first Bro's secret code that I've seen has been this. And this is on page, well, this is 94 out of 110. And I think it does make sense, to be honest, because this is the first sort of page where we see, other than the one that tells us about Bro's secret code, this is the first one really that tells us things about Stan and Ford's relationship. So this is the page on should I contact S? Cons. S is an overgrown child with none of my rigorous mental training. Who knows what could happen if Cipher stepped inside Stanley's mind for even 1 minute? What if Stanley somehow manages to destroy the portal just like he destroyed my perpetual motion machine? I suppose that machine did work in its own way. It kept me perpetually angry for 30 years. So weirdly, there's some text after this, and I'm really intrigued to know what this says, because this is quite a sensitive topic for Ford, right? He destroyed his perpetual motion machine, which meant he didn't go to the university he wanted, so he kind of ruined his life at that moment. So I'm hoping with Bro's secret code that it's going to be just a simple A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Otherwise, I don't actually know how I would solve it. So that's going to be interesting. I do have a notepad here, and I might use a notepad for all my Book of Bill decoding stuff. So I'm going to say I Grow Maddened is Weirdmageddon. Yeah, okay, so this kind of Bro secret code square only goes up to V. So I'm assuming we're not going to need W, X, Y, and Z for everything else. Or in any of the ciphers that have this, for any of the ciphertexts that have this cipher. There you go. So I'm just going to do it. What I've done is I've written down like a square of all the letters. So I'm going to refer back to it. So a bomb, for example, is going to be a H. So I'm going to write down a H, and then we've got an X, which is an A. This feels right. Percentage sign is going to be a V, and then a $sign is going to be an E. So we've got the word have. That is big because it means I am right. So I'm going to get to the coding, and I will see you in a second. Oh, I'm wondering, I think I know what it says. I think it's, I've only decoded have I been, but I think it's going to say have I been too harsh? And then it's going to be like, it's going to be all. Have I been too harsh all what is that? Have I been too harsh all alone? Alone? Oh. No, that's not what it says. Have I been too harsh all along? There we go. It says, have I been too harsh all along? Yeah, it does say that. Oh, interesting. So, in a sense, he sort of regrets not fully forgiving him because they were so far apart for so long, and they could have brought each other up, but they kind of brought each other down in a sense. But I understand Ford's take on it all. I think maybe the parents kicking Stan out was a little bit too mean, but I sort of understand. I understood your kind of rationale for that. I am glad that this cipher works. So now we can definitely solve every secret Bros code. I don't think there's going to be much more of it. What I will say is I scrolled through all of the book pretty much, and there's so many different ciphers. There's the one from Journal 3, there's runes, there's some other ones that I haven't seen. There's the one on the freaking snake. The one on the snake is just funny. It's like they were clearly trying to find places to hide. Like, the snake doesn't need to be there. It just doesn't. But they put the snake there just so that they could put another cipher there. It's so funny. And then, of course, there's the freaking mugs. Okay. So, nothing here. Are there any more? I know there's definitely one more that I'm interested to see. Because I think it was like replacing a swear word. But I want to see if it does actually amount to a real code? And also, I do kind of want to know, are these going to be in the show? Like, if we go back and watch A Tale of Two Stands, which we will be doing eventually, and we will be, what I think we'll do is, after Book of Bill, we're going to go through every episode, we're going to rewatch it, and we're going to do an analysis of that episode then and there. And I think that's what we're going to do for our like last send-off of Gravity Falls or whatever. We're going to go through the entire show again, and we're probably going to do all of that on Patreon, but you might see some snippets and stuff on YouTube. I just don't want to get into like copyright issues and stuff on YouTube. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm just wondering if like Bro Secret Code, could it be in Tale of Two Stands? Because this is showing the two stands. I wonder if there's going to be some Bro Secret Code in Tale of Two Stands. It's really interesting to think about. Here we go. Here is where I think there's going to be... Yeah, this is definitely going to be something. Although... Oh, it's giving me an exclamation mark, but that isn't one of the symbols on Bro's Secret Code. So it's either going to be a W, X, Y, or Z, or I'm just thinking too hard about all this. That could very well be the case. So let's have a look. This one is very short, so we will do it together. So first of all, for the star, for the asterisk, we have an L. So it's going to be an L. And then a question mark is an O. Haha. I'm wondering how many of you right now, and you can tell me in the premiere or whatever, I'm wondering how many of you right now are thinking, wait, I never knew that. I never knew that this was a code. And so you're going to be very jealous. The first word is love. This says love. Insane. So again, the exclamation mark, I don't know. But the X we know is an A. Oh, I think it's going to say love ya. And then it's a B. And then an ampersand is an R. And then it's going to be an O. Oh, that's so cute. I didn't know what I was going to say there. It says, love ya, bro. This book is great. It does it all. The thing that I love that they did with this is they incorporated it in such a way that it looks like it's blocking out like a swear word. I just think that's so creative and so cool that this is a cipher. This is ciphertext because it says like, what a bunch of blah, 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 blah. And you'd think it's like a censored noise. You can hear the censored noise, but it's Bro Secret Code. I'm glad that I picked that one up. I'm really glad I picked that one up. Is there anything else? And again, this is the page with Stanley on it. So it makes sense that it's Bro Secret Code because, you know, a secret code is supposed to be a secret code because it's a secret code. Like it's only a secret code between two people, Stanley and Stanford. So that's the reason why it's only those two communicating in that in those symbols. I could have missed one or two. It's very possible. I can't wait to decode this huge thing. Like, what the hell is that, man? That isn't... Yeah, I've been seeing this one a lot as well. Like, what is all of this? Ah, it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. That's what it is. Is there something down here? This looks like it could be something. But probably not. Okay. And then we have one of the best pages in the book. And then here, nothing. Yeah, here's that again. Here's that cipher. So I don't even know, like, I don't know where to start with this ciphertext. Obviously, I would love to brute force if we get to that point where we need to brute force. I can brute force. I have the skill to do that. I can probably figure it out. But there you go. I think that's all the Bro Secret Code. Again, I might be wrong, and we will go through the book a million times over. And if there's something that I've missed, then there's something that I've missed. What I should probably do is, while I'm writing these down, I should probably write down what pages they're on. So this page is on should I contact S? Should I contact S? And then this one down here is on Stan's send off. Okay. Cool. I like the system that we got going. I like the system. So this is bros code. There we go. All right. So that's bro secret code done, I think. We may see more later. I mean, I'm probably going to turn a page here and find another one or something. But I genuinely think that's it. If there are more, it's probably going to be in the missing pages of the journal pages. I imagine I've probably missed one. But that's okay. That's okay because we'll get there. We will do this again if we need to. All right. The next thing I want to do is another easy cipher that we can tick off the list. A1-Z26. An A1-Z26 cipher, and I feel like I'm giving a taught course here on cryptology. But an A1-Z26 cipher is essentially just 1 equals A, 2 equals B, 3 equals C. It's every letter of the alphabet is equal to the position of the alphabet that that letter is in. So I can write down right now this cipher key and we will be okay. So let me just do that real quick. And I am literally going to do the same thing again. I don't think there's much A1-Z26 here, but if there are any number codes at all where it's number hyphen, I am going to look at it definitely. There is also a chance, and I would admit there's a big chance here that it's not actually an A1-Z26. There's a chance that it is the combined cipher that we learnt from the show. I think it was in season 1 of the show, we learnt that there is a cipher that you do where you go A1-Z26 and then you put it through an @bash and then you put it through a Caesar and then you get the plain text from that, which is a lot of work. Obviously, there is a way to just do letter to number again, but I would need to figure that out again. I did do all of it on an Excel. I don't know if I want to use that Excel too much going through this book, but I don't know. I don't know what's interesting to you guys. For me, that's just all typing and stuff, and it's not the greatest, but it is what it is. I'm seeing things like this. I'm seeing this number here, and I'm wondering if that's related anyway. I don't know if it will be. I'm also thinking binary. I'm thinking we can... What if we scan this? Because this is a fake magazine. Do you think we can scan this? I'm really interested to scan that. I wonder how I can do that. I might be able to do it on my phone. We'll see. I think we will... We'll try and scan that later. Maybe there's like a website or something. That will be later in this video. We'll have a go at that later on. I'm also really interested in this music. I think it's probably just going to be like a scale, a music scale, like a major scale or something. But I could be wrong. I would love to be proven wrong. I have just noticed there is also a code on the Bill tattoo here that I didn't notice on my first read. That's funny. There's going to be loads of things like that where I just didn't notice. Again, there might be something you can scan there on that heart. Oh, please tell me there's a barcode cipher. That would be so funny. I would love that. That's something that Alex Hirsch would do. He's actually really good with all the cipher stuff. In all fairness, he hides them in good places. He makes them satisfying. Oh no, what is this, man? That can't be a cipher, can it? What are all of these numbers? Okay, that's well, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. I have no idea if that's going to be a cipher. Okay, let's just skip until I find an A1-Z26. Okay, we found one. So, alert from Time Baby. This is the point where we're talking about a baby problem. And this is one of my favorite quotes of the book. P.S. Coco Melon was good today. They told me what the sound the cow makes. I will take this dark secret with me to their grave. But here we have Bill Cipher, caught by the Time Variance Authority, the TVA. I always call it the TVA. I forget what it's called. But we have Bill Cipher taking a mugshot, basically. And below it, we have all of these numbers. Now, this looks to me very heavily like an A1-Z26, especially because there's a lot of ones, and there's a 5 here. Obviously, 1 would be A and 5 would be E. So let's have a look and see if I'm right. A 3 would be a C, a 1 would be an A, a 14 would be an N. So the first word is can, and it looks like this is an A1-Z26. So I will decode the rest of this and get back to you. Oh, I think I know what this is. Yeah, I've done can warp narrativity, and I was so confused what this was. At first I thought it was narrator, then I thought it was narrative, then I thought it was nativity. But it says can warp narrativity, protect fourth, and then I think the last word is going to be WALLS. Yes. So can warp narrativity, protect fourth walls. I like that. I like that. Protect the fourth walls. Obviously, a fourth wall break is when a character in universe kind of escapes the meta of like the, yeah, and it's like, hey, I'm in a TV show. Hey, I'm in a book. So yeah, protect fourth walls is what the Time Variance Authority plan to do. Cool. That's a cool one. I'm going to put that this is on Time Baby page. Coolio. And now let's continue. I'm seeing this and I'm thinking this is going to be the same as Bro's secret code, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I think this is the Rune Cipher. I think each of these corresponds to a letter. So we will come back to that. That's on the Cipherstitions page. Okay, so I will take note of that. Cipherstitions. Not seeing many more A1-Z26s though, so we'll have a look. Actually, this is a good place to do this. I know I'm going to get distracted a lot, and I'm sorry about that. But we saw that there was some secret text in this minus $12 bill, and we weren't able before to understand what it was because of the picture quality. And I mean, this one is quite hard to pick up in a photo, I will be honest. But I am going to read it for you now. So I'm going to use my magical orb of, what's it called? Magnification? Magnetic orb of magnification. I don't know why I said magnetic. My magical orb of magnification. And I'm going to read it to you. It says, Trembly also invented imaginary coins called nonsense. He had a massive empty vault full of them. The vault's security cost $45 million a year. One man's national trash is another man's national treasure. That is a great one. I really like that. He had a fake coin called nonsense. That's so funny. Okay. That was really easy to read. Like, look at how small this is. Look at how small this is. You won't be able to see, but it is very small. It is very small text. and it's quite difficult to read with my eyes. I mean, I have 20/20 vision. I know that other people would struggle with this. Getting a magnifying glass or a magnifying ball, whatever floats your goat, it's so much easier to see. Like, I might have to squint a little bit with this orb to see fully, but it's a lot easier. I can see like every individual pixel. Oh, there's also this note here, right? There's this note, and I'm wondering if I can see any of the text here. I doubt it's going to be anything. Oh, I might need some. No, I'm not seeing anything. I doubt it. I doubt it will be anything. Otherwise, it would be a little bit more clear. But there you go. So there's the answer to that. I'm glad that we did that as well. Like, there's going to be a lot of satisfying things in this video. I think this video is going to be satisfying, and the live streams are just going to be long but calm, and like it's just going to be chill. We're just going to be deciphering and stuff like that. And then after we've done all that we can deciphering, then we will get round to doing all of the website stuff and the big ARG around all of this, which is what I'm most excited for, I think, going forward. So, some more ciphers. Let's have a look. Ooh, that's something I didn't notice before. Okay, this is an interesting one. So this is on the animation page, where obviously Bill Cipher thought it would be a good idea to be part of Inkwell Productions or whatever and become a cartoon character. But then he was evil or whatever, and then they kicked him out of the animation studio. So right here, character model department. This is obviously the design for Bill that they had created. Sorry, I need to turn my brightness up. This is the design they created. And then here we have a little bit of text. And I can't even read the text from here. So I'm going to read it to you. And it says, okay, by J6, date 4/28/39, so 1939 obviously, and then number, and then it's an A1-Z26, and then model sheets subject to recall without notice. Okay, so nothing too major or anything there, but we do have an A1-Z26. So let me solve this, and then I will come back to you. Oh, that was a bit aggressive. What? I'm confused. It says rubber hose. All one word, rubber hose. I don't get that one. I'm going to look up what a rubber hose is, because maybe I just don't know. Maybe it's something I just don't know. Oh, rubber hose animation. Okay, so we've got a Wikipedia page here. Rubber hose animation was the first animation style that became standardized in the American animation field. The defining feature is a curving motion that most animated objects possess, resembling the motion and physical properties of a rubber hose. While the style fell out of fashion in the mid-1930s, it has seen a renewed interest since the 2010s. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Disney's beginnings, right, were very rubber hose, I would say. You know, the I can't whistle higher than a certain pitch. But that's Steamboat Willie, right? Really, I actually really do love the animation style. I think a lot of the animation that came after this was like a little bit too much. But like, I actually really like the black and white. The Oswald the Lucky Rabbit short Trolley Troubles. Okay, I don't know okay, it's just completely broken everything. Okay, whatever. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of things here that could be ciphers. Like, genuinely. I feel like these numbers up here could be something. There's something down here which I don't even remember seeing in my first recording. I feel like there could be a few things. The thing that I'm looking at the most is one. Oh no, wait, that can't be a valid one because that's 11049. There's not 49 letters in the alphabet. Duh. Yeah. So I don't think. I mean, even if there is something here, I don't think I can do it right now, or I can't think of what to do with it. So we can move on, I think. All right, I think this is going to be the last A1-Z26, which I respect, to be honest. I respect that this entire book isn't just one cipher. I really respect that, because something about the show that I didn't like as much with the ciphers, and Journal 3 even, is that it's all the bloody same. It's always Caesar, it's always Atbash, it's always Visionaire, or at least second season, it's always Visionaire, right? They could have changed it up a little bit. They could have been a bit more creative with some of the codes, and so that's why, you know, some of it I wasn't too keen on. But either way, I really like that. You know, we've only had 2 Bros codes. We've only had 3 A1-Z26s. Like, it's not overstaying its welcome. I feel like some of the other codes later on might overstay its welcome, but you know. So here we have 23, which is a W, and then an E, and then it's not going to be Weird Mageddon, don't worry. I grow maddened, I grow maddened, I grow maddened. Okay. Oh, I've just realized it's well, and then it's BEING. Yeah. Well-being. There we go. Well-being. So obviously this is from the Theraprism. Well-being. Okay. Whatever. I guess that's just a thing that happened. So, Theraprism, there we go. Cool. All right then. And I think that is it for the number. There's going to be something here, isn't there? There's going to be like a glitch cipher, and I'm going to freaking hate myself by the end of all of this. Okay. So that's it, unless there's things here. For a minute, I was like, God damn it. But yeah, I don't think there's anything. Cool. So those are 2 big ciphers out the way, or 2 small ciphers probably. The next cipher I want to do is just a Caesar cipher. So a Caesar cipher is literally a letter-to-letter cipher. So it's not going to be anything too bad. What I want to do with that is I want to do 3 letters back, just like it is in the show, and then we will see if that is the correct cipher. So I'm going to write down stuff about the Caesar cipher. I'm going to write down my cipher. That's the best thing that you can do, is you can write down your cipher. So just to explain a little bit further, this means that A is going to be an X, a B is going to be a Y, a C is going to be a Z, and then a D is going to be an A, and it's going to carry on from there, I think at least. It might be the other way around, where it's A equals D, Z equals C, but either way, 3 letters back, it's going to be 3 letters between each of the letters. It's going to be our cipher. And this, as far as ciphers go, it's not a good cipher at all, because it's very easily crackable. It's very linear. It's one of the first ciphers, really, in cryptology, because it was created by Julius Caesar. Who would have thought? And it was his idea to create a cipher so that his troops were able to understand what kind of orders he was saying, like what he was ordering, but the opposing side wouldn't be able to know because it was just a bunch of random letters. So it was really smart of Caesar. While I'm here, I should also go through this thing that we couldn't read down here. I said I would come back to it. So it says, learning is fun. Help, this is not Bill Cipher. My name is Greebly Hemberdrek of Zimdrex 5. I'm one of thousands of beings Bill has devoured over trillions of years whose souls are now trapped inside him. You have to free me. It's horrible in here. He just keeps playing the song Good Vibrations by Marky Mark on an endless loop. Please, please, this is not a joke. The Zimtraxians were once a proud and mighty people, but now our spirits long for his release from this. And then it cuts off. Interesting. listen to this again. I'm one of the thousands of beings Bill has devoured over trillions of years whose souls are now trapped inside of him. If that's not ironic, that's a huge lore implication, man. Like, what the hell? I think I read that so nonchalantly before. I didn't even, like, pick up on that. That's insane. Alright, well, that's that, I guess. Something... Again, I keep getting very distracted, but I'm going through this book and I'm thinking of things as I go. But on this page, something I thought of while I was in the premiere of this video is this Bill Cipher takes a paper aeroplane with morality written on the paper, and he throws the paper airplane and it hits Bill Cipher, whatever. I think this is a funny joke though, because when he folds the paper into the paper aeroplane, which says morality, it spells out mort, and mort, I believe, I could be wrong here, Frenchies, but I believe in French and possibly other languages means death. So he literally threw death into... It might not be... I think it might be the verb die, like to die, rather than the noun death. Is death a noun? I guess, yeah, it is, yeah. But there you go. I think that's just something cool that I didn't point out in the episode. Okay. So, hear me out. This page has some text on it, and I am not very hopeful that this is going to be Caesar. I'm not hopeful at all, but it could be. It could be. So I think we're going to start with this one, and we're going to start with QEB. Now, can QEB possibly be anything? I wonder if there's a better way to do this. There must be. But Q would be an N, an E would be a B. Yeah, it's not going to be anything. And then backwards, obviously, would be, so E would be a H. So a Q would be a T, an E would be a H, and a B would be a Y. Thy! Oh! There we go. Okay, so I just need to go backwards through this. For goodness sake, I wrote it backwards. Okay. So here we have thy. So thy. And then an A turns into... Oh, I did this really badly. Thy D. And then an L, which is an O. Yeah, this is working. I'm surprised, actually. C. And then a Q would be a T. Thy doctor. Is it thy doctor? I think it's thy doc. Yeah, it's thy doctor. Okay. So this, I thought that this page was going to be a lot harder, but we'll see what the things say, but I believe it's going to be a Caesar cipher, a Caesar cipher, a Caesar cipher, and then these numbers. I have no freaking idea how you're going to solve that. Oh my gosh, what even could that be? What could it be? I mean, look at it. There's 216, 27. Like, I would have thought maybe it could have been an A1-Z26, but no. Like, I genuinely just don't know. We will cross that bridge when we get to it. Let me solve the rest of this. I guess I can flip the page as well if I want to. Here we go. This might be easier. So we have thy doctor, and then I will do the rest of it. Okay, so I know what this says, or most of it at least. It says, thy doctor says 3 sips a day will make the something go away. I know that that's what it's going to be. I just don't know what this word is. So let's decode this word because it's going to be the big... Like, obviously the saying is an apple a day makes the doctor go away. Here we're saying 3 sips a day will make the something go away. Is it going to be something like... Is it going to be like depression or something? So an S is going to be a V. An F is going to be an I. I'm trying to guess what it's going to be. A P is going to be an S. Vision. No, it's not going to be vision. But it is going to be another I. And then it's going to be an L, which is an O, and then it's going to be a K, which is a H. What? No, a K is not a H. A K is not a H, fellas. I'm being stupid. It is an N. We'll make the visions go. Oh, visions. Thy doctor says 3 sips a day will make the visions go away. That's so ominous. The visions of what? Huh. I'm really starting to wonder why people are saying this is the biggest page in the book. Maybe it's just because there are a lot of codes, but I'm also wondering if these codes are just really difficult to crack, which they don't seem to be. I'm now wondering as well if maybe it's just they've got so weird connotations, you know? What visions? Like visions as in hallucinations, I get that, but what hallucinations? That's really interesting. Let's decode the others as well. Oh. Oh. I now see the issue. The issue is I'm trying to do this cipher, which I can tell. Wait. Is it a Caesar cipher? I think it has to be a Caesar cipher because it's LQG. LQG. LQG is common here. There's an L. L is a vowel, almost certainly. Or it's a H. Maybe it's not a H. I think this is a Caesar cipher, but the thing is we don't know what key it is. Now I know that codes are like Caesar ciphers are very easily breakable. I don't really fancy writing out every Caesar cipher. Maybe I will. Let's just see if this yellow one is the same. Like I'm wondering. This is probably something that we can do and delve more into in the live streams potentially. So an L is going to be an O. We're going to have an X, which is an A. Yeah, it's not looking good. 2 V's is going to be 2 Y's. Yeah, that's not making anything. But this does look like a Caesar. I like the 2 O's right over here. Like that's a big indicator. I think the 2 V's as well. The double V, the V here, and the double V up here. I don't think it can be a visionaire. I don't think it's necessarily. Oh, it could be an @bash, couldn't it? Because that's still constant. It's not like we have a changing key. Oh, we could try @bash on the both of them. I'm gonna try @bash on both of them and see if that's gonna be anything. And then at that point, it's a lost cause that can come back in the live streams if we need to. Okay, so I've written down my @bash cipher. So an @bash, and again, I want to go through each cipher so that we are all clear on what it is. An @bash is, unlike a cipher where it's just shifting the alphabet this way and that way, it's flipping the alphabet. So it's basically mirroring the alphabet. And something I've thought of is the page above, the page before this page is the mirror realm. And if you think about what an @bash truly is, it is quite literally a mirror of the alphabet. So I'm wondering if maybe that's going to apply anything here. Probably not. I'm also wondering now, could there be an @bash in here? Because if there is an @bash in here, that is a really, really smart cipher text to put in. They really missed an opportunity there, I think. Unless I've completely missed their opportunity that they've given me. Okay, let's test if any of these are going to be @bash. I'm not that hopeful, but it could be. So a G is going to be a T. An R is going to be an I. And an F is going to be a U. Not looking good, bro. Yeah, it's not. An R is going to be an I, and a U is going to be an F. I've got TRUDIF. That is absolutely nothing. Let's move on. Could this one be an @bash? I don't frickin' know. Let's have a look. R and then a C. It's not an @bash. There we go. So this yellow one up here, this green one down here, not a Caesar or an @bash. I am really wondering what they are. Or it could be a Caesar still. Sorry, it could be a Caesar, but it's not a Caesar where the key is 3 letters back or 3 letters forward or whatever. So I'm going to write down real quick that blue straw and green straw, question mark, and I'm writing that in the Caesar part. Okay, cool. So at least we got one of those, and it's cool to see that there's a variation here. Again, I am glad that it's not just all Caesar and it's not just all @bash. It is a variation. I'm wondering what's going on here, to be honest. This x equals a is interesting because that is exactly what we used here. Wait! No, could it? I just had a crazy hypothesis. I'm going to take a picture of this. I'm going to put it here on top of my weird Mageddon. Great. And then I'm going to take a picture of this. I am so intrigued. If this is the answer, this is one of the best freaking things. Turn the opacity down. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. That's really unfortunate, man. It could be. It could still be right. Like, there could be something still I'm missing. But it doesn't look right. So what I thought was going to happen here when I turned down the opacity to 50% is, you see this ciphertext here on the silly straws that we just decoded to say, thy doctor says 3 sips a day will make the visions go away. We decoded that by using the Caesar cipher, where you go basically A equals D, B equals E, C equals F. That's how we did that. But if you go backwards with that, A equals D, Z equals C, Y equals B, X equals A, this is what X equals A says. And I was like, why would it say X equals A here if it only applied to one? Wait, it applied to this one. And this looks like it could represent the tree's trunk. So maybe it all lines up. Maybe with this page, there's something more to it where it correlates with the next page. And I would have loved this solution if this was the solution. Because here you can see this one does go through X equals A. So that is what you need to use. You need to use the Caesar cipher there. Say X equals A and then carry on with the Caesar. And then you can decode that one. I don't know what this circle would be for that. Unless it's like this circle here. But I don't know. I don't know why. I'm actually really sad that that's not it. I thought I was onto something there. Like, if the branches matched up perfectly, I would have been all over this. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to match. Again, I could very well be missing something. But, like, at the same time, all of these numbers, like, they seem useless. But there must be a use to them. And this circle, it's going to be the bane of my existence. I have no idea what this circle is for. I mean, it could be, but it can't really be opposites, can it? Because it's not that clear. Are you supposed to put a circle It's supposed to put like a circular object on here and it will tell you. I'm thinking of like the moon. No. I'm thinking there's going to be something, there's going to be a circular object that's going to tell us letters. No, that's stupid. This is really bugging me. I'm wondering if this is a big red herring or if it's an actual thing that we need to use. I don't know. I don't know. I will think about that when my brain is next free, which is pretty much never. Okay, let's see if there's any more Caesars. Here we go. Here's something that, I mean, I could be wrong, but this could be something. The Dark Warlord Zimmerden, the unpronounceable. XGQRTHX. I don't know if this is going to be anything, but we may as well give it a try, you know? So it could be, I'm going to try and do it two ways. I'm going to do 3 letters back and 3 letters forward. So 3 letters forward, I guess, is going to be an A, and then a G is a J, and then a Q is a T. So that's not going to be anything. But then if we do it 3 letters back, it's going to be a U. That's not looking great. A D. A Q is going to be an N. Yeah, UDN. Nothing. Okay. Again, let's try it with an Outbash. I doubt it. It's going to be a C and then a T. Yeah, no. There's a possibility it's literally just a bunch of random letters for the jokes, which is completely fine. I'm not mad at that at all. So there you go. There's that thing again. We're gonna hear what this is gonna be the underwater code, because this is a code that keeps appearing, like ciphertext that keeps appearing, and I have no idea where any of this comes from, unless it is rune. No, it's none of these are runes. So this is we're gonna need to watch out and see if we can figure out where this is gonna come from, because I genuinely have no idea. Oh my gosh. I need to turn to this page right now. Don't tell me that that's ciphertext. Don't tell me. It's gonna be. I just know it. I have a feeling in my mind. I think we're good. I don't think it is. It's even blurry for me, like trying to read it with a magnifying glass. So I don't think it will be. I think anything that is supposed to be a cipher is going to be clear. It's going to be like not crystal clear like so that it stands out on the page, but it's going to be polished. It's going to be easy to see once you see it, basically. That's the best way you can make a cipher or hide a cipher or whatever. I think the next one we need to do is runes. I think the runes are really interesting. Okay. Here's one. LWV do PDGHXS. So what's this going to be? Once again, we could have. The Caesar is annoying because there are 26, or technically just 25. There are 25 different keys for the Caesar that are possible. So any of those could be possible, and that does scare me a little bit. But hopefully it stays consistent with its key. This should say O, and then a W would be a Z, and then a V would be a Y. Aussie, and then a D would be a G. O's would be R's. Yeah, that's nothing. Let's do it the other way. Sorry, it's going to take a while. I, and then a T, and then a V would be an S. Oh, here we go. It's, and then a D would be an A, and then O's would be an L, right? Yeah, it's all. Okay, cool. So this one is working. And this one is truly 3 letters back. So that's good to know. So it seems like the Silly Straws one It seems like that one was 3 letters forward, which is weird. Maybe that's just to complicate it even more. But this is 3 letters back, so that's good. So it says it's all, and then a P would be an M, D would be an A, G would be a D, and then a H would be an E. So it's all made up. It's all made up. Cool. Makes sense. What, America? Oh yeah, there was a little bit of text here that I didn't read in the video, but I did see it and I did laugh at myself. Oh, not at myself, but I laughed quite contently, like in my head. It says, America, the only country. I'm an American. So true. I wonder how many Americans genuinely think that America, maybe America and the UK are 2 countries or whatever. I know the UK isn't a country, but you know, a lot of I've seen videos online of Americans saying like, "Oh yeah, Africa, my favorite country." It's so funny because Africa is not a country. Fun fact, Americans out there. This one is it's genuinely quite difficult to see and read, but I think we've got, and I'm gonna write. Okay, so this is the America page. America. Oh yeah. So on this sword, it's quite interesting. I wonder if I can flip it to a better... Wait, what is happening? What is happening? Okay. I want to flip it this way. Here we go. This might be easier. Yeah. I'm seeing an O and then an RRURREMUS, I think. So I want to write that down. ORRURREMUS. I genuinely couldn't tell you what this is. It could be a J, it could be an L. I think it's J. I'm going to say it's a J. And then a TRRUM. Okay, and then let's see if this is 3 letters back. So this is going to be an LOO. Yes. R. And then the 2 R's are going to be O. And then a B. What? I don't know what this is going to say. If this is going to say anything. Maybe I'm just... Oh, actually, it doesn't say anything, I don't think. R. P. Yeah. I just got lucky with the first. It said Lou, Rue, and then BJRP, so it doesn't make any sense. Now let's do 3 letters forward. It's so repetitive, all of this, but I really do love this aspect of it. I don't think this can work because it's RUU, and I don't think there are any words with UU in it other than... there probably are. But I don't see how it could be relevant to any of this. Probably some like Asian, like words of Asian, what do you call it? Origin, just Asian origin. There you go. I'll be very unspecific there. Could it be an atbash? Probably not. An O is going to be an L. R's are going to be I's. 2 I's. I don't think so, bro. Yeah, I give up. I don't know what that could be. Again, other than Caesars. So I think a big portion of the live stream that we will do coming up, and I don't know when this is going to be, by the way, so I need to figure that out, but I'll keep you updated. The big thing that we need to do is go through this book and throw every single Caesar at every single text that we can't solve. But this I'm going to write down is from Cipher. Oh my gosh, I just had a revelation. I was talking about circles before. A mug stain is most certainly a circle. Yes. So So the mug stains are all different. I can't quite tell how it works, but obviously we have a full circle here, just like the circle in the tree. But then we have little dots coming out. We have gaps with dots, so I'm assuming those are going to point us to letters. Right, I tell you what, I'm going to go through all of the Caesars and the at-bashes or whatever. Then I'm going to go through all of the runes, and then we're going to go through and see if we can figure out the mug puzzle. It's not going to be long. I'm just going to try and get through everything. I do want to say right now that I don't expect to get everything in this video. Obviously, we talked about that before in this video. But a lot of things in this book, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fully solve by myself. And again, when I get to the point where I feel like I can't solve things, I will say and I will ask specific questions. I don't want people to give me clues. I want to give myself the own clues. I also, funnily enough, in my first reading of this, I didn't notice the axolotl. Didn't notice this axolotl. Has Ford been writing about the axolotl somehow? Is this a secret page about the Oracle or something? Really interesting. Okay, so let's look for some more Caesars. Weird. I thought I saw another place where there was a Caesar or something, but maybe I didn't. Oh well. We'll probably come across it at some point and have to decode it. But that's it. Okay, so let's go to the runes. And actually, I'll go to the runes real quick, and then I will turn to that page actually in my IRL book. So Cypherstitions, as we said. And I'm going to write down runes. And I imagine, right? I imagine it's going to be the same thing where it's A, B, C. It's going to be the same thing as the Bros secret code. So I'm going to write down that same order, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. I wonder how many times in this series I have written down the entire alphabet. I've got good practice. I can basically do it now while talking, which is insane. But there you go. So there are 26 letters here, and each of them now lines up to a letter. So hopefully I can get up this runes page on in my real book. Is it after witchcraft? It's always hard to remember like what page comes after which, but there is generally a good like timeline in this book, so that's a big positive. Cypherstitions. Ain't no cypherstitions. Writings on the wall. I found the right page. I've also turned on a light, by the way, because I've been recording for 2.5 hours, and it's now 9 p.m. So yes, so let's actually just experiment right up here. Like, this is a really good way to experiment, is by making sure that this one works. And so if this one works, all of the others are also going to work. This is what's called a substitution cipher. We've already done one via the Bro secret code, but a substitution cipher is basically where each letter corresponds to a certain symbol of some kind. And in this case, all of our symbols are runes, are kind of rune shaped. And I'm wondering now as well, if we go back to the show and try and decode the runes, if they're going to say anything. Like, I'm so curious now, because we have this cipher. So obviously curiosity is peaked right here. So let's see. I need to move everything around so that I can properly see, because the light was shining on my book just like it was in this PDF. Sorry, no shade. Okay, so this is going to be difficult because all of them look somewhat similar. Like, okay, so an upside down T is going to be a C. An upside down V, or sorry, it's not upside down. It's just a V. It's just a V. A V is going to be an I. Is it going to say cipher? cipher something? I think it might do. No, it doesn't. It's a C, it's a G, so it's sig at the moment, like sigma, but with a C. Or cigarette, maybe? No. It's, okay, so we got an infinity symbol, or a bow tie, and that's an E. This looks right so far, which I'm very happy with. The X, don't be confused with the X from the alphabet, because this X is a Y. So that's a Y. This triangle with a line through it is an F. This doesn't look right. Unless maybe it's going to be an anagram. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if this is right. We have a K. Yeah, this doesn't look right. Huh. Okay, this male symbol or whatever. Let's just do it anyway. This male symbol is an M. Yeah, I don't think this is it. Then there's a Z. There's a lot of consonants here. Okay, we might need to go back to the drawing board. I almost wonder if it's instead of it being A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I wonder if it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like it goes vertical first rather than horizontal. We can try that. Let's try that a minute. I'm going to write the alphabet again. We're going to start with the upside down T, which is an S. And then we're going to do a V, which is a U. That looks very positive. We've got the, I don't know, pi on its side. Pi on the side. There we go. Pi on the side. There's a C. Please don't be suck. A bow tie is going to be a K. It's suck. Okay, I think we've got it, guys. I think we got it. So suck, and then an X is going to be right. At the bottom is an I. So suck, sucking. Oh my gosh, please no. Suck it. Suck it. Is it going to say suck it cipher? Oh my god, I would love it to say suck it cipher. No, it doesn't. Okay, so this one is an M. Suck it M. And then the male symbol is an E. And then the one below that, this kind of cross symbol, is an R. Oh, it's going to be suck it Merlin, I think. And then this, yes, an L. And then I would expect that to be an I. Yes, it's an I. It's going to be an N next, I think. There's so many things to look at, man. Yeah, it's an N. So suck it Merlin is what it is. And that's on Cipherstitions. Merlin, of course, is one of the Knights of the Round Table. Is that right? He's got something to do with knights and stuff. So it's related to this, but it's just suck it, Merlin. So there you go. Like this, here's your portal. Merlin can do this. It's just, yeah, it's just that. So there we go. There are going to be runes everywhere, I think. There's going to be a lot of runes. So let's have a look at this one, which is on this wizard's hat. So Exgevigift, the unpronounceable, from the Dark Ages. Here we have runes on his hat. What is this going to say? This is the triangle one. So that's a T. We have an X, which is going to be an I. We have this again, which is T. So it's spelling tit at the moment, which is fantastic. Just what I wanted. An A, like Titan or Titanic. Yeah, it's going to be an N. Titan. So like large. We have an S, Titans. Then we have geometry dash spikes. Titans B. And then this weird F is an L, Titans blah. And then we've got a double one here. Is an O, Titans blue. Titan's blue. Titan's blood. Titan's blood. What? Okay, I've also just noticed this key up here. This key right here. I'm going to be completely wrong, aren't I? It's the same as... It is not the same as that key. Now I've got to go back. Yeah, that's embarrassing. So why does it say Titan's blood? What does that mean? And I'm going to write Dark Ages. I mean, it's a cool code. He uses powers mainly to flirt with maidens, torment knights, and gamble on underground unicorn fights, and the pranks. He cursed a gnome to be permanently unable to say something. Oh yeah, I remember that. He's just gone through a divorce. Staring at Doom Scroll. Move over, Shaman. I found a new favorite human. I told XY that if he could design me a portal, Breath of Seeking period. Moxie. Amulet. Okay, I don't think there's anything too deep with that. I think that's just that. Oh god, I swear to god, if these hieroglyphics... Oh my gosh. I'm so stupid. This is an owl. This is a shovel. The owl trowel. Get out of here. Is that an axolotl? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Yeah, that's an owl trowel reference for sure. I was hoping it wouldn't be a cipher. I don't think it is. But there you go. All right, let's do some more runes, and then we'll get back to the mug stains, and then that's probably going to be it for today's video. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. There's going to be a lot of runes, isn't there? I'm literally on the first page, and there's already runes here. Okay. This is going to be a nightmare. Okay. I'll come back to you and tell you what this says. What? Huh? This one says Olaf was here. Where did we see an Olaf? We heard about an Olaf somewhere. We heard about an Olaf. Obviously, it's going to be like the Vikings or something. It's going to be in this area. We heard about an Olaf because I was going to make a joke saying like, here we go. I was going to be a joke saying, wow, the snowman. But then I was like, that's a joke that everybody has made at this point. So here we were talking about King Henry VIII started chopping his heads off because to get Bill out of his brain. Even the Vikings, who I thought were supposed to be cool, started putting up runes warning everyone to throw Olaf overboard if he draws this shape. What the heck? Thanks for blowing my cover, Olaf. Those guys could have been my Norsemen of the apocalypse. I remember this now. So Olaf was the one who created the Rune Cipher. Good to know. So that's why he's saying Olaf was here. That is a really, really cool and funny ciphertext. That is the sort of thing that I want. I want really cool references to things throughout the book. I think that's really, really cool. That's one of my favorite ones that we've decoded yet, I think. So yeah, let's have a look for more runes, and none there. Okay. For a minute, I thought, oh my gosh, there's so many runes in these first few pages. But in reality, it's just another cipher. Yay! Oh, here we go. I can't believe I missed this before. This is one of the Caesar ciphers. So, this is when we're defining Bill. Noun, the most important triangle in history, your new best friend, life coach, death coach, overlord, style consultant, mentor, mental case, mastermind and mind master, the writer, director, star and EP behind all your favorite nightmares. This is 100% a Caesar or an Atbash. You can see WKH is consistent. I believe these are going to be the. So let's have a look and see if it is. It is. There you go. So it's going to be the. And then a J, this is a Caesar, by the way. And then the J is going to be a G. And then X is going to be U. The guy, I think. Yes, the guy. And then W. K is going to be a H. R is going to be an O. The guy who something the something. What is it going to be? The guy who W R. Oh, I thought it was going to be an E. No, it's not an E. The guy who W R I. Oh, writes. The guy who writes the C, and then I thought it was going to be writes the books or something. C, and then an O, and then a D. What is this? Oh, the codes. The guy who writes the codes? Oh. Okay. That's cool. Maybe that's confirmation that he was writing codes in Journal 3. I mean, I think we already knew that, but thank you. Thank you, Bill. That's cool. The guy who writes the codes. Okay. So maybe we should keep that in mind as well. Because there might be some codes later on where, you know, it isn't Olaf writing the runes. So maybe that's it, and maybe it will be Bill who's writing, but we won't know that. But now we kind of do. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's going to be useful. But there you go. I think that's the Caesar cipher I was thinking of before, and we completely missed it before. So there you go. Oh my gosh, I keep finding things. Again, another one that I completely forgot about. So a V would be an S, an X would be a U, so it's going to be suck. Oh my gosh, it's going to be suck, and then L is going to be an I, suck it. It's going to be suck it. Yeah, suck it. I mean, still quite a cool one, to be honest. It's like a cool thing to put on there. Like, you may as well put a cipher on there because it's a license plate and it's supposed to look like random letters, but it isn't. So cool. Oh, look how many runes there are. So far we've done like codes with like 10 runes. This is a lot of runes. Okay. We can do this. We can do this. I just feel like the method that I'm using to do all of this isn't the best. I need to refer to my Book of Bill. I need to come back here, refer to my loads of letters. Maybe I need to draw out the runes and then I don't know. I don't know. Let's just do this. Okay. I will see you in a bit. It's going to be 2 seconds for you, but it's going to be 20 minutes for me. Oh. So. Oh. So I haven't done all of it yet. And I don't want to lose my place. Oh, geez. But so far I've got Lone Survivor of the, and then EUCL, which is Eucl. Wasn't Bill's homeland called like Euclidia or something? I think it was. So I think we're going to get that. And we might get some more information about what happened. Because Lone Survivor of Euclidia, like obviously he saw his own dimension burn, Mrs. Home can't return. Like we've been teased a lot of stuff about Bill's history with where he came from and stuff like that. So it's going to be good to know some things about that. Interesting. Okay. We've got Lone Survivor of the Euclidia O Massacre. I don't know what the O is doing there. Maybe I did that part wrong. O is definitely an up. Oh, Euclidean Massacre. That makes more sense. Lone survivor of the Euclidean Massacre. The only survivor of the massacre. Meaning, if there was another monster, like if Bill wasn't the only... If Bill wasn't the monster he's referring to, right, when he says monster, a monster killed my dimension or whatever. If he wasn't the monster would have died with everyone else. But we think that he is the monster, therefore he is the only one who survived, right? Which makes a lot more sense. So, Lone Survivor of the Euclidean Massacre, really, really interesting. And that didn't take 20 minutes, but maybe 10. It takes a little bit to kind of refer back to where you need to in order to solve all of these. Hopefully there shouldn't be too many more, but we'll see. Oh, I found one. Okay, let's do this. I don't understand this one. This one says curse Witterbane. 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 I don't remember a Witterbane. I might look up what a Witterbane is if it is a thing. Oh! It's an Owl House reference. Caleb Witterbane. I'm not going to read too far into it because I am going to be reacting to the rest of Owl House soon. I've just got some other things to do first, but we are going to be reacting to the rest of Owl House. And I haven't met this character. So, Witterbane. So, okay. It's just an Owl House reference. Cool. Good to know. Oh, okay. That's it. Wait, there's another thing here. Oh my gosh. Okay. I didn't see that at first. That's it. That's all of the runes that I can find. But I want to do, and we're going to do the mug stains in a minute, but I want to do one test, and it's going to be, I'm going to look at one of the runes from in the show, and if it spells something out, I am going to freak out big time. Okay, here we go. So, Dipper shines a light in the intro on these runes, and they look like, I've seen one of them is correct. So, that's a H. So, the top one is a H. This one, oh, that's a harder one. There's no symbol that looks like that. However, no, this has got to be something. However, I think we can put two together. So let's see if we can find the rune page again. I hate that I have to go all the way back. I should probably save all of these as screenshots or something. But rune page. So I guess we can just zoom in here and I can show you like this. So notice how none of these runes are actually any of these runes. Or sorry, the first one is completely fine. It's a H. It's this bottom one down here. But then this second one, there isn't one single rune which matches. But what I can see is this is almost like two put together. It's like this. It's like the envelope one that we've been talking about. And then below it is this like weird kind of upside down backwards anti-gravity M or something. I don't know what to call it. It's like those two put on top of each other. And then below that even, we have this upside down V with an X below it. And then there's the F. So I think this can be made. Just what does it spell? Does it spell anything? So we have the envelope is an E. This weird backwards M thing is a Y. It says hey. Wait, I'm onto something. This upside down V is a D. The X is an I. And the F is a P. Hey dip. What? What the frick? Oh, I am actually going to go mad. I'm going mad. Okay, so here's what I think happened. I don't think that when they started creating the show that they had all of this in mind. No, I think they put some random frickin' symbols here and it didn't mean anything. But then people started decoding the show. People loved all the ciphers and stuff. So then Book of Bill came out and this rune page came out and they said, you know what? we're not gonna, because we put loads of random symbols in the show, we're not going to make it completely accurate. We're gonna make it a conglomerate, and we're gonna make it actually spell something. And they managed to do it. It says hey dip. So what I'm learning from this is, yes. What I'm learning from this is, when we go back through the show, which is inevitably going to happen, we are genuinely going to need to just re-decode everything. We're going to need to go through every single rune. Like, don't I have... I must still have that Excel with all of those runes in it. We're going to need to go through every single one and see if we can decode it. This is insane. This is the coolest show ever for this exact reason, because it goes the extra mile. I love it. I love it so much. I didn't think this would work, but it does. And it's even a really cool puzzle. I know it wasn't probably completely intended, but it's even a cool puzzle that some of them are mixes of two symbols. Really cool. I don't know how this show can get any cooler after that. Like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in this show. Just straight up, that's just the coolest thing. I love that. I love that. Gravity Falls intro says hey dip. What the frick? Okay. Let's move on. Let's go to something that I won't be able to solve, almost certainly, is the mug stains. Now, I could be completely wrong about this, so I'm not gonna, hedge my bets? I don't know what the saying is. But notice how this is a circle, and coffee stains are circles, and we see a lot of coffee stains with some weird freaking gaps throughout this book. So I'm going to find a coffee stain. Is that the best example? I want to find like a full coffee stain just so that we're... Okay, here. I mean, even that isn't great, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Let's see. Again, I don't know, because it's like a bit of on an angle, this page, so I don't know if this is going to work entirely. But I don't really know what other method you would use for this. Like, it's such a weird thing. Okay, maybe not overlay. Which one can we do? I mean, none of them are that great. Oh well, let's just do normal with some opacity settings. Okay, so the theory is, if we put this on top, but I don't know how this is going to give me a word. So, see, we have one up here. So I'm actually going to like just mark it. I think is probably the best way to do it. So give me a red. Give me a smaller size brush with actual hardness to it. And then we're going to put these dots here. And then turn down the opacity on this. So we got a DES. 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 I just don't know. I don't understand how we can get a word out of this. Or we can get a phrase out of this. Maybe it's got something to do with the dots. But I really don't know. There's a part of this I'm missing. But I think we've got most of the way there. I just need to figure out how to interpret it. Because I don't fully understand. Oh, go away. Yeah, I don't understand. Don't tell me how to do it. Is it like there's 2 D's, there's 2 E's, there's 4 S's? Said this. I don't know. I really don't know. I think I'm going to end it here on not a cliffhanger, but let's call it a cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger because I don't know how to solve this. I'm going to need to have some time to ruminate over this. Please, please, please don't tell me how to do this. Don't give me any freaking clues. I want to work it all out on my own. And again, if I can't work it out, I will ask for your help specifically. The next time you see me, I don't know. First of all, I don't know when we're going to do live streaming. I don't know if I want to do another video before we do a live stream. I think maybe let me know. Do you want to see another one of these sorts of videos where we go through some more codes and try and figure things out? Or do you just straight up after this want a live stream? The thing about the live stream is I'm a little bit hesitant. And the reason is because people often give spoilers without realizing they're even giving spoilers. And that's annoying. So I don't know. I kind of want to do most of it in video, but I did say I would do some Book of Bill live streams, and I definitely do want to do Book of Bill live streams because a lot of this is honestly just going to be me sat in silence trying to solve codes. So I think we can have a live stream or two where we listen to some cool music. We just have a chat while I decode. I think that's probably going to be the way it's going to be. But let me know what you think. I'm happy to do whatever. Anyway, that is the end of this video. This video was a little bit scuffed here and there, especially at the beginning. But I hope that you enjoyed. This has been quite different, I guess, because it's literally just been me decoding things and coming up with questions and coming up with my own answers. But I hope that you enjoyed nevertheless. It is really, really cool to have Book of Bill with me. I absolutely love this book. It is so, so cool. So yeah, stick around on the channel. Make sure you subscribe so you can see latest updates. And I will see you in my next video or live stream. Goodbye.